Welcome to another episode of Asia Unscripted. We are still in Metro Manila. I wanted to show you guys one of the expat neighborhoods. If you need to be in Metro Manila for some reason to live, or you're taking a short trip, there are some neighborhoods that are good for expats. This is one of them. This is called McKinley Hill. It is full of high rises, as you can see. So all these condos, as far as the eye can see. It's not going to be cheap to live in this neighborhood, but it is one of the better neighborhoods if you need to be in Metro Manila and you want to be away from the craziness of the city. This kind of reminds me a little bit of my own neighborhood, IT Park. Except obviously, since this is Manila, the neighborhoods are going to be a lot bigger. Or these types of neighborhoods are going to be a lot bigger. So directly ahead, you're looking at the entrance to the Venice Canal Mall. I did a video on the mall already, so I'm not going to go back in there. But just to show you, there are some stores here. There's a 99 Ranch store. Looks like a small grocery store. Let's see what else we have here. We'll just take a little tour. The studios in this neighborhood, from what I read, start at around 30 to 35,000 pesos a month. It is not cheap. I live in a really nice building in Cebu, and I pay 18,000 a month, which is about 350 bucks. So that's a lot more reasonable. But Manila, of course, has a lot more amenities than Cebu does. There's a lot more Western restaurants here. As you can see from my previous video, there are nicer malls here. So, not too bad. Years ago, when I first came to Manila, there wasn't stuff like this. I mean, there was very few things like this. Makati was the only neighborhood that even came close to this. But now, 10 years later, we got McKinley Hill, we got BGC. There's so many more in the neighborhood. Then here's a building called the Florence. Oh, let's see if I can. Yeah, I can't even stretch enough. I can't even bend my arm enough to get everything. They got little stores along the way. This is called a MetaCard. Banks. There are office buildings up there. If you can see that Thomson Reuters. I think Reuters is the news service. They got their Philippines headquarters here. Welcome. That's a Manila area grocery store, open 24 hours. A lot of stuff in this neighborhood are open 24 hours. Even the restaurants at that Venice Mall, the Wendy's, the Burger King, the McDonald's, they're all open 24 hours. I don't know if this is a 24-hour neighborhood like IT Park. I'm not sure if there are BPOs in any of these buildings, but there may be. maybe. We got something called the Wicked Waffle Express. They're closed, which is odd during breakfast hours. We got a Pizza Hut. You don't have to travel far to get some Western food. Watson's. I mentioned Watson's before. It's kind of like the Walgreens or CVS of the Philippines. And just in case you're interested, this is how they deliver pizzas and most other foods in the Philippines. Motorbike. There's the inside of a Pizza Hut box. So they throw your pizza in there, and soon you'll have your pizza. Later on today, I don't know if you can see those buildings off in the distance. I believe that is BGC. I do want to do a video on that for you guys a little later. Across the street, you got a 24-hour McDonald's. Let's see what else we got in this neighborhood. Army Navy, they do pretty decent burritos. They have a California burger that kind of loosely tastes like a In-N-Out burger. There's Army Navy. They even have these in Cebu. They have them in most of the bigger cities, and it's open 24 hours. Yellow Cab Pizza. They claim they are New York style pizza. They're okay. I mean, I grew up in New York. I know New York pizza, and sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Here's the area we started our video from. There's a lot of high-rise condos. Philippines National Bank. It's my bank here in the Philippines. Very few banks will open accounts for foreigners that are here on a tourist visa. And PNB, Philippine National Bank, that's one of them. So I was able to open up a savings account, which is nice. You need a place to store your money. But if you're on a tourist visa, for the most part, forget about it unless you go to a bank like PNB and convince them that you need an account. So we got a 7-Eleven here. 7-Eleven in Manila, just as popular as they are in Cebu. You can buy what they call load for your cell phone. So if you need, like I do, I need some load for my cell phone so it will work. You can go into 7-Eleven, punch in what you need on their little kiosk, pay at the counter, and then your phone's automatically loaded. So in this neighborhood, and it's typical in Asia, you have your international schools. So there's the Chinese International School of Manila. There's a Thomson Reuters office. there's a lot of international offices. The thing with Manila and the Philippines in general, there's not really an area you could call the city center. Usually in most of the world, a lot of these companies would be located in the city center or the downtown area. And not here. They're split up into these new neighborhoods with all the condos. So a little bit more difficult in a way, because you can't just go downtown and expect to find everything in the Philippines. You're gonna have to go from one neighborhood to another neighborhood. So we have something called the Venice Residences. Whoops. And then the Venice Mall, which we filmed yesterday in a different video. They got Tim Hortons across the street for our Canadian friends. And then over there is the entrance to the Venice Canal Mall. And like I said, you can check the previous video on that. Anyways, this is just a small walking tour of the neighborhood. I'll probably do one or two more videos here in Manila before I take off tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys watching. And for Asia Unscripted, I'm Jason, and I'll see you guys again soon.